that everything will fit together easily. I've so puzzled before. And the guy called me and he said, "Man, get this thing together." Blah, 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 blah. I said, "Okay, hang on, I'll bring you the answer." So he hung up. A couple hours later, he said, "Hey, I found the answer, don't worry." Okay, so I give the answer in all my puzzles that I'm going to sell. Okay? Because I don't, these guys calling me mad is not a good thing. And then, of course, this is Taurus.
Here, let me,
Oh, you want Taurus?
I'd like to have that picture of puzzle too, if you could hold it up.
Let me see. It's pretty,
Oh, that you're doing good.
goes pretty loose because I'm winning. What's that? My thumb.
Okay. Okay.
It is detached, it can't detach.
Yeah.
You had it right up over in the middle of it.
Okay. Now, I want to tell you this story. Now this one, when I did this puzzle, I followed some advice. And I didn't paint the edges, right? That's what you said do. Paint the top, not paint the edges, right? Didn't you tell me that? No. Okay, that's what I did. I just painted, and I did a very simple one. And just painted the edges, and then when I sprayed it, I put it all together and just sprayed over it, because this has no finish. That's just one other way to do it, and I wanted to think what y'all thought of that. That's why I brought the discussion up. So then,
Let me
oh,
picture
you want
that.
it? My thumb in the way? How's that? Okay. So I said to myself, I'm going to make one of Harmon's lids for this. So I'm in my shop, and Paul is in there. And by the way, he said, "Tell y'all hi." And I'm reading Harmon's directions, and I'm having a hard time. And I asked Paul, I said, "Paul, he said, "You're making a lid?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Give me this." He went away and he come back. I didn't pay any attention. I was doing stuff in my part of the shop. And this is the lid he made. And this is just a regular lid box to go over that. So never ask anybody to do something for you. Because he's not going to do it like Harmon did. He just did the 4 pieces in a lid, right? And glued it together. And he
Well,
said,
it's square, but the Harmons have
I know.
shapes and everything. so-
Well, I did that on purpose because I was doing the first one and I'm stupid for the first one.
Right.
Yeah. If I had done that, that would have been more difficult for me to figure out. I thought I could figure out from 4
You
sides.
don't put any sealer or finish on it with the wood.
Well,
Well, not just sweat, but expand for when it's real humid. And
that's what I'm wondering.
So when it's real humid, it might not go together as easy.
In
Yeah.
your house you're
See-
talking about?
Huh?
After you buy it and take it home?
We're talking about your pieces.
Yeah, I know, but.
Yeah, after you have it.
Yeah, wood will continue to expand and contract. It's just what happens.
So if you seal it, that stops it, right?
Correct.
Well,
It slows it down way, a whole lot.
so I just seal the top of this. What do y'all think?
Yes, the sides too.
Yeah, you got
I would
to-
think you'd do the sides and the back.
It would expose
At
them.
least I would. I could
That's
be
why I
wrong.
wanted the discussion, because I want to know what y'all think.
I would just
Because
do a
all
white
of the
bond.
raw wood
Just do a
is
white
gonna
bond.
still move with moisture and humidity and temperatures.
See, that's why it's a trial piece.
So just do the back, I wouldn't do
Just
the
the back.
edges, the edges would be, you won't get them back together.
No, that's what I'm
I
thinking.
like the way Ron said, leave it put together and just wipe on some on the back.
I'd have, well,
You could put it together and lay
Yeah,
it
put it
out.
together and flip it over, it doesn't have to be in the bottom.
Put it, same,
Put it together outside of the box, flip it over and just wipe on some.
the back,
Yeah,
just the back.
just the back.
And then it would, this would be rolling.
What about the sides?
You're saying
It's
the
still,
edges won't absorb enough moisture to make a difference.
I don't think it will, not at the top and bottom.
They won't,
Well, it's
it won't
solid
grow
wood.
that way.
It's solid wood. Solid wood will expand and contract more than
This is
plywood.
fine. If I varnish this side, it will still
it's not gonna swell
expand.
because it's exposed wood.
Yeah, I personally would, but
Yeah.
That's why I brought it, I wanted discussion.
That's like the guy telling me at Home Depot that board was straightened out, it was gonna see, and he's
No,
just let
I-
it dry out and it'll
No.
start, it'll be
but
straight.
that's what the sales guy on the floor told her.
He
Oh,
wants to
what?
sell it.
There was, I went to go get a board, and this board was, it was shaped like a C. And he was gonna put it in my cart. I'm like, I don't want that board. He said, well, why not? I'm like, well, look at it, it's in the shape of a C. He's like, when it dries, it'll be straight.
Oh my
And he
God.
didn't want to get her the one she wanted.
Yeah, he didn't want to go find me another one, so then find me somebody who will.
Did you get somebody to help you?
Yeah. And then they loaded what I wanted on a cart, they took it up front for me, and I had to go get something else, and by the time I left the store, I had somebody from every department shopping with me. Because I went to the paint department to get a part for a sprayer, and I told the guy, I said, I need to get a female one of these. He said, I got this one, I got this one. Okay, and I was like, he doesn't know. I was like, I need a female.
He didn't know what that was.
He didn't even know. I was like, do I need to explain anatomy to you? And he said, I got these parts. I'm like, okay, let me explain anatomy to you. And I proceeded to explain anatomy to him. And he was old enough to know a male and a female. I was like, I'm a girl, look how I'm built. You're a boy, what do you got? Apply that to these parts. No, I need the female. He's like, I got this and I got this, and still didn't get it.
And that's
I was
after,
like, let me just get this one.
and that's after she showed them on the internet, they actually sold the part. At first he's a widow, so that.
Yeah, he told me first they didn't have it. I'm like, go look. And then he didn't know what a male or female.
And all it was a little screen on a airless paint rig to screw on for the paint pickup.
And I
That's all it
had,
was, something
Love it
real.
when they treat you like that. when
well, I
you're-
had
you're
somebody
a
from
female.
every department and the store manager shopping with me because every single department I went to, I ran into stupid.
That's
So what you're saying is they didn't hire people that had
Oh, they don't?
And I confronted him about it. I told him, I'm like, look, I'm a female, doesn't mean I'm stupid. I know that board's not gonna straighten out. Yes, it will. He stood there and argued with me that it would. I'm like, well, then you take it home and build something with it. Good
Okay.
luck.
Any other questions on this or discussion?
So you guys saying that she should actually put the finish on even the edges?
I would do like she's done her little Taurus,
This?
no, the Taurus.
Spray each piece at a time?
You've coated all the surface, that's what I would do.
Okay.
That, I
That's
know that you may have to go to a,
Thinner.
wider.
no, actually a bigger blade.
Yeah, but it's,
So the curve gets wider, so that when you
Back at the
read,
beginning, but this
Yeah.
is,
Yeah.
this piece,
a thinner finish.
yeah.
A thinner finish.
yeah. this-
I think you could do a very light finish on that, but I would wipe it on this.
This is what I'm doing progressions of learning.
If I was you, I would seal the
So we can
edges too,
discuss.
because it's gonna,
Well, this baby is sealed all the way, but I deliberately cut it with a bigger blade because I
Right.
knew what I was gonna do here. And I kind of rounded all the edges a little.
Well, that wouldn't work well. You put it together pretty easy.
Yeah, it works,
It's just looser.
yeah. But I kind of rounded the edges,
let it stay together enough you could pick it up.
yeah. But it's loose enough so,
Well, and like Paul said, this is one of those things for you. You need to decide one way, and then on the next one,
That's
either
why-
seal it or don't. You know,
That's
as he
why-
was mentioning, he seals his board and then cuts it.
that's my next thing to try. I like to try different ways to do the same
But
thing,
it still leaves edges raw.
It does, it does, but
but you never see the same thing out of me, do you? Do you ever see the same thing out of me? No, because I can't do it twice. All right.
Yeah, I think, I agree. You should paint it all over if you don't care how much time you put in. you're not doing it for sale. It's probably unnecessary to do for sale, but if you do it just when you
Just take these and do all over.
Yeah.
Instead of just,
Yeah.
but this is the experiment, you know,
Yeah.
to see
You're
what will
talking about
happen.
front and back painted?
Yeah, paint
Yeah,
the
all
whole
over
thing.
the edges as well.
Yeah, just to seal the pores on the
Yeah,
wall.
but you're gonna paint the green one on the back as well as the front.
See, they
Yeah,
all
I think
come.
so. It just looks better.
Y'all think that looks better with it, everything painted then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this one.
Well, that makes it look more like plastic. This.
Yeah,
this-
see, I would probably
this
take a
one-
clear finish and put on the raw wood.
This way, it's shown to be real wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't think this looks like real wood?
Well, I do.
You can see the wood grain through that.
I mean, everything,
Yes, then that would
everything in
be
the
the other.
store is plastic.
Yeah, but see, that you can't see grain here, because it's paint. It's acrylic without water added to
I
it.
just
This is
put-
exactly the same paint, this and this.
I would just put something clear.
I just added water to it. Just leave it like that and put,
Just put
A clear coat on it.
Clear coat, something on it.
Faye, a question for the team here. If you do all sides, would you necessarily have to increase the thickness of your blade to allow for
yeah.
that?
Oh,
You
after
might.
you, before you cut it, yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You should know what you're gonna do before you cut it.
And that's where I
This,
think
I
you're
knew
gonna
what I
have
was
to do
gonna
it
do.
and then see what size blade is gonna work for you.
Yeah, I knew what I was gonna do when I did this.
Yeah.
Exactly what I was, but this is my experiment.
But you want something that dries and doesn't stick. I mean, it's lacquer stuff sticks.
Yeah.
Well, that's why most of the puzzles I do, it's gonna be with the Danish oil, because it doesn't get sticky.
Well, and in the past, I've used crystal clear.
Crystal clear.
That's crystal clear right there.
And-
Danish oil is a sealer, isn't it?
It seals it too, yeah.
Yes.
It seals it too, so
Yeah.
you don't have to do anything
And
else.
it's thin enough, you know, but you can also thin it.
This is what I'm gonna do, Danish oil back. That's an experiment.
Well, you can dip the whole thing, because since you have the acrylic already on there, you can put it in a baggie and just shake it.
How
and
to do
it'll be
it is a
done.
different thing. What
Yeah.
to do is something else.
I'm just saying that you don't have to worry about rushing it on.
Just
You
dip
can
it
just go ahead
instead.
and soak it. That's what I like about it.
So I'm gonna do this in Danish oil. Can I bring it back next month and let
Yeah,
y'all see what
please.
happens?
Yes.
Okay, experiment. And then Paul made me a lid. Not like I wanted, but a lid.
Now, how would the lid be different? You want it to,
The Harmon's lid is the one I was,
It goes after the shape. It follows the shape of your cut.
yeah.
so you did, but
But I
then you
was-
wouldn't have the backing you have on that one. You'd have a different backing.
I did that on purpose because I wanted easy. Because this is my first one to do like Harmon's. And I was trying to figure out his instructions. And then after he did the second demo, I realized how he did that.
We'll just
So-
invite him over and have him make one.
So what you're saying is, on Harmon's, he follows that
Yeah, but I
puzzle
did
piece.
that on
And then, of
purpose.
course, the cover needs to match it.
Right, I did that on purpose because I wanted easy.
Yeah.
If I did
Well,
all
you got
that,
easy.
if I did all of that, it'd be hard.
But you
Well,
got
you got
easy.
easy.
That's,
It went with the puzzle.
Paul did it easy. I didn't do it, Paul did it.
He should have said, Harlan, I need a lid.
But actually,
Here's
the
the pieces,
book
give me a lid.
where I got this pattern does not have the box. The pattern is just this. And I added the box to the pattern because I wanted simple.
Well, it helps keep it together.
Don't be stupid and do first time you're learning. Do simple when you're learning. Okay.
I keep
Any-
telling my engineers they have to learn first.
I used to work with engineers. I know exactly.
It's amazing how stupid they are, isn't it?
It is. I didn't say that.
I did.
I worked with engineers for 20 years.
Just like Alexander Graham Bell, he was the inventor, but he had a mechanic to do the work. He did not do that. He didn't do it himself.
Yeah, engineers will
You know, they got all
get me
that,
started on
they
engineering.
got that book education nowadays,
Well, these
and a
were
piece of
guys,
paperwork, they don't have to know anything.
well, these were guys that had been in the shipyard for 500 years, and here's this woman who just came out of school telling him how to do stuff,
Yeah, they weren't entering that either.
and he was writing me notes. He learned better. They, it wasn't, I can't say he, it was they.
No, well, it's still going on today.
Well,
Different industries, but it's still going on.
they finally figured out that what I was going to do. They didn't have to like it, but they had figured out what I was going to do.
Yeah, I just remind them, I'll be one of the first to tell you, I told you so.
Yeah, right. My daughter's the same way. She's an engineer.
And I could go into some of the meetings and just look at the other people and they know what I'm thinking already, so.
Yeah, and the funny part of it is that they learn everything through the computer.
Yeah.
They don't learn the actual thing. They've never
Well,
actually
and
tried it.
like Faye was talking about, and I'm a CAD designer, okay? But I teach most of the new engineers how to do their job.
Well, I'm an AutoCAD
Right.
in design.
Yeah.
All the new people came in.
You're talking about the mechanized mechanical drawing?
Yeah, mine's in 3D
Mine's,
on a computer screen. I can walk in it, open doors, close doors, whatever.
we were engineered change.
Yeah.
The ships would come in and we have to make the new changes
Yeah.
for the ships. And that's a little bit different.
The nice thing in my world, because it's in 3D, when I change the part or model the part, I can assemble it.
Yeah.
And when they come and say, here, do this, and I look at them and say, are you sure?
That ain't gonna work.
And I've gotten better to the point of say, oh, we'll see how it turns out. I'll spend 2 weeks on it and
Did
then,
that
see?
today. He's like, oh.
I can't do that. I had X number of days to get it done before the ship had to go back out.
Yeah, yeah. And it seems like that's where the engineers that get on it know the least.
So, if y'all, can I bore you to death with one story? About ships all came in. All those that went on their scheduled time. All the guns that were on deck, they couldn't have anybody on deck firing the gun. They used to stand out there and fire. You see them in the movies. You can't do that anymore because of nuclear attacks. Everybody is below deck, regardless. There's nobody on deck. And so I had to design a place for everybody to sit and shoot a gun above their head. It wasn't just me, it was a team of engineers, but the engineers and I had discussions about where these guys should go.
And I don't know in your time if it was, here, design this part to fit here and do this.
No,
And you have no idea where it's used or what for.
They had to design it and bring it to me.
Ah,
And then we discussed it. And then I drew it.
so at least my generation, we're a little farther ahead.
Yeah, oh yeah, this
You know,
was,
we do more, some of the design work, we just don't have to do all presentations.
another thing I had to design, and this was handed to me directly. They didn't say, take it to an engineer. But everything that leaves the port in a ship comes back. Everything.
Trash and all.
So I had to put compactors down below to take all the trash, compact it, and bring it back. I had to have a place to store it, I had to place the instrument. Well,
And a way to get it out.
you can't, think about it, this is a ship. It's gotta be balanced. You can't put one here and expect it to work. You gotta figure the weight.
Sorry if we bored you.
Yeah.
It's just, you know,
I shut up.
over all these years and nothing has changed. It's not worse.
I'm through boring y'all to death, and
No,
we're
you're
gonna
not.
do the demo. Okay? Y'all ready for the demo?
Yes.
All right.
Okay, well, I'm not a speaker or anything.
Make sure he's set up first. Are you rolling?
I guess.
He's going down.
Oh,
Yeah, and I'm gonna get out of the picture too. We're gonna get out of the shot.
okay. So this is going to be on the flocking. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but flocking is like ground up nylon that you attached to stuff. The box I made, I did flocking to go on the inside of it. You're probably familiar, most cars, the glove boxes, on the inside of the glove boxes is flocking. So anyway, it's something to add to your boxes that, you know, enhances them. You can also put them on the bottom of something. I didn't do that. You can put them on the bottom to help protect it from scratching whatever you sit it on. You can use it as decoration if you're doing some type of character. You want to put a mustache or something, you could do that. Anyway, it's pretty easy to do. You have a glue, you have the flocking material, and then you have a little applicator. First off, you got to get something that you want to flock. And the first step is you got to seal the wood. I have already sprayed a couple of coats of lacquer on this.
If you don't seal it, what happens?
I really don't know. You know, it's just,
It may be.
yeah, everything I've read said you want to seal the wood.
Yeah.
And then you just sort of mask off an area that you want to flock.
Now that box, you bought that on the internet?
This I bought on the internet. I've seen it at Rockler. I imagine Woodcraft has it
Yeah.
also. When I was curious on pricing and stuff, so I went to Rockler. Rockler, you can get the little tube here for $8.99.
Is that just, well, I guess we'll see.
That's just the tube, yeah. The flocking material is, what is that?
Is that two different toilet paper roll?
It's basically one cylinder inside of another one. This end's sealed and this one's got a bunch of little bitty holes in it for the flock to come out.
Oh, okay, so it's a soft paper shaker.
Yeah.
Air pushing
The flock is $15.99 for a bag, and you can get it in all sorts of different colors. I say $15.99. There was it looks like a burgundy color. For some reason, it's $24. Oh, okay. Reds. Red colors. Red paint costs more. The glue comes in whatever color you're flocking. You want to match the colors.
Oh, so it does match the color.
It does.
Yeah,
Okay.
you'd get a red glue to go with the red flock and whatnot. The glue's $24.99. Or you can buy a whole kit like I did on the internet for like $49, and you also get a nice little brush. Anyway, mask off your little area you want flocked. I was trying to think of everything, and one thing I did forget was something to stir it with. Well, I used it a few days ago, so maybe it's still
So is this
stirred
water,
up.
water-based, or does it clean up with soap and water?
I've always used the brush and just thrown it away afterwards. I've never tried really to clean it.
Buy those disposable brushes.
Yeah, I
Those little
buy
black
cheap ones.
brush. Use them once in a while. This is your glue you're putting on.
Yeah, this is the glue.
Is it always black? Or do you get
You
different?
use
get
black
different-
glue with black flock.
Okay.
That's the only color I
You
have.
get different colors.
How liberal do you apply that?
You put it on fairly well. You don't want it to run or anything. But you put it on pretty good. And the stuff lasts a pretty good while too. I actually bought this stuff in February of 2020. So it's already over 3 years. And still got a bunch of it. I guess before I put the glue on it, I should have added the flock. You got it.
That's a powder, right?
Yeah, it's nylon, but it's been ground up real fine.
A powder form.
Yeah. I'm afraid of making a mess here.
That's why you got paper down.
Need a little thing here to catch everything in too.
Does it use a lot more than you think it will? Is that why you're feeling it?
Well, you use a lot when you're actually doing it, but not that much really, stays onto it.
So it lasts for a long time?
And then whatever you don't use, you can put it back in the bag.
Does that glue dry fast or?
No, it doesn't. As a matter of fact, after you finish all this, you're supposed to let it set for like 15 hours for it to dry. So it's not really a very quick process or anything. Anyway, you'll put it in something that doesn't, that'll contain everything. Turn it upside down and you just start popping it. And you sort of twist this thing while you're popping it. And it just sort of puts the flock on out there.
You overflock it.
And it says you flock it to where you look like it's coated really, really well. And then you do it that much more again. Just keep on going. Because,
Some glues and some doesn't.
yeah. Anyway, then when you're done, you can sort of. I haven't really tried this. Let me. I usually let it dry before I peel the tape off, but this time I'm going to. Anyway, looks like it's spreading out a little bit, but that's how it ends up. You gotta let it sit for 15 hours. And after that, I've gone in with a little air compressor. I mean, I hadn't put it right up on it, but you can get rid of all the extra flocking and stuff after that.
Hold it up a minute.
Show off my square.
Okay.
If you have a piece of felt, is this flocking any different from just gluing a piece of felt on the bottom of it?
It's pretty much the same purpose and everything. The flocking, I think, is a little bit easier to you know, you don't have to worry about getting any wrinkles or
And
anything
I
like
think the
that.
felt's a little thicker.
Yeah.
Does that matter? If you're doing
Well, it
just the
depends
bottom?
on, yeah, it depends on what you're,
Usually you're flocking a box that's already put together.
yeah.
So
Well,
that's why it's easier to
yeah.
flock.
You have a problem holding it if it's an odd shape, like if it's a 3D.
That's
a
what I say,
3D
like,
thing.
Yeah.
like on this box here, like, that'd be really hard to put felt in the bottom of this,
Yeah.
all the sides and everything.
So you
Okay, you
flock
got the
that
sides there too. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Isn't that a Diane Thompson box?
What?
I'm not really for sure. I got it out of the Scroll Solid Craft.
Okay, it could be
Magazine.
one of her boxes too. It's in the magazine.
Yeah, I got it from the Scroll Solid magazine.
She used to put.
So, is there any questions? I mean,
That's-
this has gone pretty quick.
I was just saying, if I had a 3D piece and I wanted to felt or block the bottom,
Yeah,
I'd have to cover everything up underneath it so I didn't get it anywhere I didn't want it.
Depends on your glue,
Well,
where you
it's
put your
cord-
glue.
Well, you
Cord
open
how-
the bottom and you got wherever the thing is sticking down here. So you have to find a way to hold it.
well, the flocking itself, if it's not on the glue, I mean, when you hit it with the air hose,
Oh, it just blows it off.
blows it all off
Here.
and everything.
Well, he's
We'll
talking
clean it
about
up.
his pieces too, because he carves these beautiful pieces, so I can see you wanting to block the bottom of your stuff. Is that what you're talking about?
I was just talking, well, you want a nice bottom if they're gonna say.
So it doesn't scratch the furniture or
Yeah,
whatever.
it doesn't scratch the furniture, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
Just put the glue
Just-
on.
yeah.
It'd be quicker than put, you know, if you had a piece of felt, you'd have to cut it to fit the bottom.
Yes.
With this, you just put the glue on and hit it, and after it dries, blow away the,
Yeah,
That feels
it's,
like felt.
yeah,
Well, he's
real
got that
similar
box
to
there.
felt. It's made out of nylon though.
Interesting.
Thank you.
Pass a little box around so that everybody can see it inside.
no, the heart, the wood box.
Okay.
Start over here and let you pass around. So it'll be.
And that's probably an example where I probably didn't flock it quite enough in the bottom. I could have done a lot more, but it looks good.
Okay, have you ever tried, you did it wrong, so you put more glue in there and put more flock in it?
I haven't gone back, no.
Yeah, what, you would have, tape.
They do something like that with model railroads. They have a material similar to this,
Yeah.
and you put it on the same way. And you can add more to it, and it just gets thicker.
What's it, at a model air, train store?
Well, it's just flocking, basically.
I went on the internet, you know, searching flocking and stuff, and
Yeah.
most of it was for modeling.
Yeah, for doing
And they were
scenery on like mountains and stuff for
Yeah.
model railroads.
And they were talking about, you know, just using sawdust and everything and painting it whatever color.
Well, and they
want.
also use,
Say that
Just plain-
again, that's interesting. They take sawdust and,
Just spray paint it whatever color they want, and then they flock it for their grass or their trees or
Oh,
stuff.
you can-
I don't think you'd want to put sawdust
I
in.
know,
for
it depends on
rocks
how
or
you want it,
anything.
you know, how thick a paint to use too.
Feels like, yeah.
but does the sawdust stay
Feels like-
molded or is it loose? When you flock sawdust?
It would stick wherever it made glue contact.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How would you glue it? Spray glue it?
That's a good question. I think well, when they're, yeah, they'd like put whatever type of glue they're wanting to use. With the train stuff and everything, they use like Elmer's glue and whatnot and stuff.
Sometimes they use
Or spray.
Elmer's glue, and then they'll take and mix water and water it down a lot, and put that in a spray gun. Not the original, but just that water down. And they'll flock it, and then they'll take and spritz it on top. But that defeats the purpose with like this box, you want to feel it move. Well, on the train, they want it to look real, but stay put.
The
You know,
of this
but it would be interesting to see about. Well, I think like with sawdust though, you could, if you wanted to stain it, you would need to do it before, but if you're gonna paint the box, I think you could flock it if you wanted, and then paint every for a texture effect.
See, I'm building a village
Oh,
of little buildings,
okay.
and I need landscape.
Fall, snow, kind of is, model railroads sell light blocking for, to do like snow or kits to do icicles, things like that.
You could probably just,
Does a train
you know,
store
just
about $2?
maybe spray adhesive or spray glue or something for
And
wherever
how
you're
much
wanting.
sawdust do we have?
Yeah.
Well, the nice thing is, most of the sawdust we create, it's fine enough to use these little pumps. You know, if you tried to take it off of like, table saw or something, it'd be way too thick.
Well, I have jars of sawdust of different colors, where we cut different woods and put them in case we need to put a little fillets in.
See, now that's-
And I keep jars of bottles,
That would-
boxes of sawdust of different colored woods.
That would be interesting too, since you have the different woods. If you had like a intarsia or a 3D cut and you want to fill in,
That's what I'm saying, that's what we use it for. But we use little, I mean, this little teeny tiny places where you make mistakes. And-
nobody makes a mistake, they just change what they saw.
You know what? Let's see if we can get that cut.
You're gonna use it for something, blocks them and make it look like snow. Did you put fine glitter in it, so it looks like ice crystals?
I imagine you probably could, because they're glitter small enough to go through themselves.
Inside the box, add a little, like, fine ground glitter.
Yeah.
So the inside the box would sparkle when you look at it.
I
You
imagine
should
it.
probably use
you
that
could.
powder, the sparkly powder,
Yeah,
that's a powder.
The powder.
I would mix that with some, like.
Flocking is good.
Yeah, with the
Oh,
flocking.
what a good idea.
Especially the powder they
And it
put
would
in
be
their
powder,
boxes.
not glitter, but the powder.
Yeah,
It's usually the rock.
So that it looks like snow is like the light glistening off of it.
And you don't have to have the pump, I know like with the railroad stuff.
Yeah, I
Like
guess
just a
in
handful
real
of
life, they
sprayed
just
around,
sprinkle it probably
and
on
then
there.
you basically take them.
It brushes and dust away the loose
Well, the
stuff.
shaker does help only because it
It
adds
does.
air.
It's-
It adds air and
Yeah.
it's separate, otherwise you don't
Be a
know.
little, lot easier to control.
I like that pump.
Mhm.
I'm gonna get that pump.
Well, they do make a lot of stuff for the railroad. We're talking about trees and.
Yeah, well, I
Everything.
bought some stuff from him.
I used to like making pine trees.
And I also made them ceramic. And then I cut some wood, and I made some yarn.
But they make basically a block it's small stuff like this, but then it has little threads in it. And for like a tree, you can tear it out, it's like a sheet. Tear it out, and you just slide it on, and that's. Very neatly clean.
I'm trying not to make a mess here.
Did a great job.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. I was worried about this lasting more than 5 minutes. so.
No, that's great. Good. You gotta remember who you're talking to. We'll ask questions. That's good.
Remember next month, bring
Main wedgie sample.
And you can't bring flock again.
We'll have to do some more flocking like you
I know, it made it look so pretty, especially on the walls.
Yeah, if you just,
That was doing it inside the box. That was what they do in jewelry boxes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's really a jewelry box.
And you mentioned
And
glove
you save all the
boxes.
flock too.
You mentioned glove
It
boxes.
saves the flock too,
Yeah,
so you can use it,
port-
put it back in the
Oh, I
bag.
see, yeah.
I've seen it, you talked about it in glove boxes, I never made the connection. Flocking the inside of some of the products.
Yeah.
Some of the what?
Used to, I don't know about now, but maybe the higher end. On the inside of the glove box, he's saying it's blocked like this. And I have felt what felt like a cloth or something and just never made the connection between, it actually was just,
A little baby notebook.
Yeah, well, I got that, you just scroll. Yeah, okay.
Gotcha. I'll send it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is this a full photo? Full photo?
Yeah, very information. Okay.
Too long. Seeing what you want to do.
You never know.
I don't think I